I'm Matt Fuller.
I'm James Vondrak.
I'm Khadija Ikram.
I'm Amy Tinajero.
I'm Joe Robinson, and this is Learning Now in Barrington 220.
Welcome to the very first episode of Learning Now in Barrington 220. In this series, we're going to be highlighting learning from the student perspective, and in each episode, you're going to hear from 3 different students, one in elementary, one in middle, one in high school, all talking about the same topic. In this very first episode, we're going to talk about the topic of the classroom and how things have changed now that we are using devices in our classrooms. In our elementary and middle school, we use iPads, and at our high school, we use laptops. And of course, this has changed a little bit about how learning is done in 2018. So that's why we have our students here today. So when Mr. Robinson and I were in school, things mostly took place on paper. Our teachers taught with chalkboards, sometimes overhead projectors, but basically they were handing us paper, we were completing our assignments, we were giving them back. How is that different now?
Well, now it's different because our teachers assign our assignments in Schoology and everything. There's no chalkboards, there's only smart boards now.
So what about the elementary school? What would you think, James?
Well, I know that I agree with her that we have smartboards, not chalkboards anymore. I mean, I can't think of actually a single classroom that still has a chalkboard in our school. But we also have laptops too that we use. We have MacBooks, and also we mainly use our iPads. And instead of turning in the paper, we submit our assignments online.
One of the things I think that adults often think is that when you have devices, you're on them all the time throughout the day. Is that the truth? Are you on your device the entire day?
Well, not necessarily, because we still have gym class. Okay, and I don't think you need an iPad for that.
We use them here and there, but it's not that we're always on it. We have activities to do too.
Can someone explain to us and our parents and our community members who are watching what Schoology is?
Well, Schoology is an online classroom that helps you organize your classes and also get to them on time, turn in assignments, and just do everything and make it more useful.
How do you stay organized using Schoology?
I think it's because the courses are all organized by your different class, and the assignments are normally in a unique style. Either teachers do by folders or they post assignments in alphabetical order. But either way, it's always organized.
And being in elementary school, we don't have as many classes because, of course, we just have one teacher for all the classes. But I think that Schoology definitely helps. Instead of going through papers and saying what class you have next, you can just look at your iPad.
What's a project that you're particularly proud of that you did using technology?
The best project that I've made was one of my newscast projects on iMovie. It was pretty fun to shoot and edit everything.
Last year we did a book creator assignment about Indian tribes. I did the Ojibwa Indians, and we had to write a whole book about it. It was really fun.
I think one of the projects I've done would be for Spanish, where you use the iMovie, where you had to give a quick description of how your family is at home, and you would relate it to the book that you were reading, and you would just you would play around with the music, describe your environment with your family.
So you might be wondering, what exactly does it look like with a classroom where all the students have devices? We asked Prairie Middle School students that same question, and they came up with the idea of showing us how they complete an assignment today with their devices, and then comparing it back to how it might have been back in the 1980s with the same assignment.
What an excellent example of how students can take an assignment and demonstrate how it may have been done in the past, and then also show how it's done now that students have access to technology. Thank you so much to our students, James, Khadija, and Amy. Please be sure to follow us on social media. And beginning in May 2018, please look for the survey that we're going to share with our community. It's a great opportunity for you to share any ideas that you might have on how we can improve the One to World program in Barrington 220.